In the ancient emerald forest of Nigeria lived a hunter named Victor. He was unmatched with the bow but felt a deep hollow in his chest that no trophy could fill. One night, while perched in the high branches of an iroko tree, he witnessed the impossible. A magnificent deer with a coat like spun gold stepped into a clearing and, with a graceful shudder, shed its skin to reveal a woman of radiant beauty named Grace. While she bathed in the sacred stream, Victor crept down and stole the golden hide, hiding it in his hunting bag. When Grace returned, trembling and exposed, Victor stepped from the shadows. "I have your secret," he whispered, "but I offer you my home and my heart." Trapped in human form, Grace looked at him with eyes that held the wisdom of the wild. She agreed to be his wife, but she gave a chilling warning: "You hold my skin, Victor, but you must never speak of my true nature. If you mock the beast I was, I shall return to the forest forever." 7 years passed like a pleasant dream. Grace was a devoted wife, and their home flourished with a supernatural peace. 2 children, a boy and a girl, filled the house with laughter. Victor became the most prosperous man in the village, yet his heart grew heavy with a secret pride. He began to see Grace not as a miracle, but as a prize he had won through trickery. He kept her deer skin locked away in the high, dusty rafters of their roof, believing she had forgotten the call of the wild. But one humid afternoon, fueled by too much palm wine and a bitter argument over a delayed meal, Victor's restraint snapped. He pointed a shaking finger at Grace and sneered, "You think you are so grand, but I remember you as a common animal of the bush. Your skin is rotting in my roof." The air in the room turned cold as the forbidden words left his lips. Victor realized his mistake instantly and collapsed into a drunken sleep, unaware that Grace was already climbing toward the rafters, her fingers finally touching the soft, golden fur of her soul. Victor awoke to a sound like the breaking of dry branches. He rushed into the main room and found Grace standing in a beam of moonlight. She was no longer just a woman, her skin was shimmering, and her eyes had turned into deep, dark pools of forest light. The golden hide was fusing back onto her body, reclaiming her form. "I gave you my love," she said, her voice echoing like the wind through the trees, "but you chose to use my past as a cage. You cannot own what God made to be free." With a final, heartbreaking look at her sleeping children, the transition was complete. A magnificent golden deer stood in the center of the hut. With one powerful, rhythmic leap, she smashed through the door and vanished into the dark, tangled woods. Victor chased her until his breath failed and his feet bled, but the forest offered no path back to her. He spent the rest of his life as a shadow among the trees, a man who had everything and lost it all because he tried to tame the untamable.